Mark 4 Toyota Supra. Normally aspirated automatic. So awesome we have not one, but two! We imported these cars from Japan. Right-hand drive, both got about 100,000 K, really good shape. Now, you're saying to yourself, Alex, why did you get normally aspirated automatics? These are the worst Mark 4s to get. Not so, my friend. Okay, number one, 6-speed twin-turbo cars have shot up in value like crazy. Crazy! But you can still get these automatic non-turbos for pretty good money. I've had a Mark 3 Supra for like 10 years. I had Mark 2s. I always dreamed of the Mark 4, the mighty Fast and Furious car. So I got to drive these cars 1,000 kilometers each on the way out of Vancouver. So let me tell you what it's like. Number one, these cars aren't slow. I mean, you got to remember this car was from 93, right? Rated at 220 horsepower. It's got a 4-speed automatic. It's no twin turbo, it's no manual, but they are pretty quick. These cars are the lightest of all the Mark 4 Supras, I believe. I don't know the exact numbers. Mark 4 guys will know. I think they're like 3,200 pounds. They really went to a lot of effort to make these cars light. And 225 horsepower. And the 4-speed's pretty good. It pulls pretty good. Again, remember, this is a 90s car. So what do you expect? But they're pretty good. They also look amazing. They really, in person, they look fantastic. This car has 18s. Is pretty much stock, other than this. It's got like a factory body kit. This car is totally stock. Interestingly, these 16s, they don't look that cool. They have like normal Falcons on it, but it drives really nice. It's quiet, smooth. This car, maximum grip. You know, it pulls all over the place with low profile tires, but it looks awesome. I understand the point of these cars. The Mark III, Mark II, they had some backseat room, a decent hatch amount of trunk. That has been eliminated for the Mark IV. The Mark IV is an episode in styling. This whole thing was made to look awesome. Why are they still worth a ton of money? It doesn't make any sense. It does. When you see this bad boy in person, they're really low. Like, surprisingly low. And they are tiny inside. Everything is compromised to make it look awesome. These seats are really not bad. This thing is nice. Check out this awesome yellow steering wheel. The whole cockpit in the Mark IV is sort of centers around you. It's very 90s, the dials and stuff, but it's cool. I kind of like this clock. It's really not bad. Old stereo. The 4-speed has pretty tall ratios. So second goes to like 120 kilometers an hour. Got your JDM speed, it only goes to 180. This engine is not fancy. The 2JZ GE, pretty normal 3-liter-ish. It's actually quite an aggressive motor. All it really has is the 2-stage intake manifold, so short runners, then long runners. When it switches over to long runners, it's like you hit VTAC, man. This thing pulls. Tiny back seat, useless. The trunk is hilarious. I gotta show you the trunk. Ugh! It's very low to get in and out. These sills are really high. Like, you have to like throw yourself in. That was not true of previous Supras. Let's check out this hatch. Super awesome wing. Okay, it's pretty small, right? It's barely a hand. You're like, okay, it's just a giant spare tire under there. So I'll just pull that up, and there's gonna be a ton of room. I can sleep in this thing. Nope. It's so shallow. I don't know why. What's underneath there? Speed. That's what's underneath there. This car is made like you'd expect from like a high-end, no frills sports car, supercar. I don't know, man. These things are rad. The suspension, the stock suspension, is pretty comfortable, actually. It's sporty, it doesn't roll much, but the ride quality is pretty good. I've had a 3000 GT VR4, and on sport mode, it was hard. And I had the electronic dampeners, so you can make it soft, but these things, very reasonable. This car with the 16s, this thing rides really nice. This has such a nice interior, super clean. I like these like Aztec design seats. Umaka, you feel Supra. That's my Aztec Japanese voice. This thing is like brand new inside, just like a time capsule. It's such a it's like a little cave you're in here. Again, for the awesome styling, this super raked windshield. It's a bit dark and small inside, but this baby is awesome. You know, these cars are for everyone super modifying the GTEs. This motor, I believe, with it's got like 10-to-1 compression or something. I ran this thing on 87 octane per the owner's instructions. Pulled pretty hard. Maybe with premium it has more. You can turbo these engines, make like 300 rear wheel in the stock automatic with some coolers. You'd have a hell of a decent car. This thing completely stock with an automatic. I was in heavy traffic with this car, and I was very glad to have the automatic, especially because you can, you know, you have a drink or your phone or something in the other hand. The automatic is good. The torque converter locks up right away. The shifts are good for a 4-speed. It doesn't have a ton of gears, but it works well. These cars are legit. Again, I know it seems like 4-speed automatic, 220 horsepower, but it's pretty good. Well, this car is awesome. Let's check out the hood. Stock stereo, not so great, but easily fixed. There it is. Simple. Yeah, it's still got still has a distributor, but this thing works great. These cars are impossible to afford now. Left-hand drive twin turbos that are clean, $80,000. These things, way more reasonable. Zero rust, super clean, super awesome. When you're driving it too, the wing looks so awesome. I don't know, it was always a dream of mine to drive these cars. I still don't know if I'll ever really own them. They're not mine. I just imported them for a friend of mine, but they're great. They're really cool. Look at this thing. So awesome. So beautiful. So good. Anyways, hope you found this review interesting. I've been in twin turbo 6-speed cars. They're super awesome and they're fast and rad, but NA automatic, better than you think. You can always swap in a 5-speed, which would suit this car really nice. Honestly, a couple of bolt-ons for this thing, normally aspirated, automatic, great car. Fun to drive, still pretty fast. They look so good. Anyways, thumbs up, like, subscribe if you like this video, find it useful. Leave me some comments. I know the paint's bad, we're working on that, but hope you found this interesting. Yay, old cars. Sweet. See you soon.